We driven to explore talents from students in podcast industry. Do listen our audio visual blogs in Kannada, English and Hindi. Do subscribe and press the bell button for regular updates. Today we discuss about light and its effect. Light, as we know, it would be totally different without light. So we will start by seeing where light comes from. Except this, what is light and its effect? Yes, now we listen to Shreyas what he say important aspects of light and its effect.
Hello everybody, myself Shreyas sir. I am studying in 9th standard in Government Adarsha Vidyalaya, Sadhankeri, Dharwad. Today we will discuss the topic light and its effects. First of all, what is light? We should know it. Light is an electromagnetic radiation that can be detected by our eyes. In prehistoric times, humans witnessed the power of light through fire. Later, they were used in the illumination devices such as candles, lamps, etc. So, when it was prehistoric times, there were no technologies and advanced materials. At that time, to get light, they used simple fires, but now we are using bulbs, tube lights, etc. After using the fires, later they used candles and gas lamps. By witnessing the fire, they got to know the power of the light. In the late 19th century, the first electric powered forms of light were invented, which created a revolution in human existence. The electric powered forms of light are simple, such as bulbs, tube lights, lasers, etc. In these days, the power of lasers, which are highly focused beams of high intensity light, make possible a number of technologies used in everything from surgery to entertainment. So, in the medical field, lasers are used. For example, you might have heard about cold therapy. In that therapy, lasers are used for the surgery. And also, in many of the concerts, you might have seen the lights which are bouncing. They are nothing but lasers only. Now, let us look into the early process in understanding the light. The first useful observations concerning light came from ancient Greece. The Greeks are known to be achieving in the field of maths and science. At the same, they also achieved a lot in the field of light. The Greeks recognized that light travels through air in rays. Rays means it is a geometrical term, which means it is a part of a straight line that extends in one direction infinitely. That is known as the ray. So they recognize that the light travels through the air in rays, not in a line. Line means the both sides will be extending infinitely. They also observed when the light enters some of the denser medium such as glass or water, the ray experiences refraction, which means bending of light. They also noticed another type of incidence or contact in which a light ray returns from a shiny surface rather than being absorbed at the interface. This is nothing but reflection of light. So, in our textbooks, we have known a simple definition that when a light touches any shiny surfaces, it changes its direction, which is known as reflection. So, basically, what reflection is, when it touches any shiny surface, it does not get absorbed into the interface. Instead, it gets reflected or it changes its direction. The objects such as mirrors and water makes it possible. So mirrors and water are some of the objects in which we can see the reflection of light. The Greeks also gave some basic laws of reflection and of refraction. What is the basic laws of reflection they gave? Let us see. In reflection, they gave the statement that the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. So what is the angles of incidence and reflection? So basically, let us take that there is a mirror. A ray of light is touching the mirror, which is known as the incident ray. So, when that incident ray is reflected, that is known as the reflected ray. So, there is a line between the incidence and reflected ray, which is known as the normal. The angle between the incident ray and the normal is known as the angle of incidence, and the angle between the reflected ray and the normal is known as the angle of reflection. They also subscribe to the erroneous concept of intromission, which means they believed in a wrong theory which is known as intromission. So, what is intromission? Intromission is the belief that the light rays originate in the eye and travel towards the object, making them visible, which is obviously false. So, how did we prove it as false? After about 1500 years, an Arab physicist named Al Hasan, who is also known as the greatest scientist of Middle Ages, showed that the light comes from a source such as sun and reflects from the object to the eyes, which makes the objects visible to us. Now, let us see the basics of spectrum. So, during the time of Newton, the physicists knew that the prism could be used for diffusion of light rays, in particular to produce an array of colors from a beam of white light. So, you might have heard the dispersion of light, which means while a white light touches a prism, it will be dispersed into 7 colors. But at that time, they believed that white was just a single color, just like all the colors. But Newton said that no, it was a combination of all other colors. Nobody believed it. So, what he did to prove that is he directed a beam of white light through a prism. So, basically, obviously, it was diffused or it was dispersed into lights. Then, he let the diffused colors to enter another prism, at which point they recombined as white light. With this, he concluded that white is a combination of all other colors. Newton gave to the array of colors in visible light the term spectrum, which means he gave the name spectrum to the array of colors. This word spectrum means the continuous distribution of properties in an order arrangement across the unbroken range. Now, let us look into some of the effects of light. First of all, we will discuss about the Cherenkov effect. The Cherenkov effect is the emission of light from something transparent when a charged particle travels through the material with a speed faster than the speed of light in that material. So basically, what this Cherenkov effect says is when the light tries to travel from a transparent object, the charged particles travels faster than the light through the material which is transparent. Can you imagine it? It is also known as light is one of the fastest speed in the world. And when in this Cherenkov effect, the charged particles travel faster than the speed of light. So why is it named Cherenkov effect? A Russian physicist named Pavel A. Cherenkov was the first one to observe it in 1934. So it is named after him. Now we will look into another effect of light which is known as photoelectric effect of light. So what photoelectric effect of light says is photoelectric effect is an effect of light by which certain metals could produce an electric potential when exposed to light, which simply means when some of the metals is exposed to just light, it produces electricity at certain point. So, a great scientist, Albert Einstein, claimed that when the bundles of light energy traveled in waves, certain reactions such as photoelectric effect takes place. So, light is an highly powered energy. When that light travels in a bundles in a wave-like forms, certain reactions takes place. In such reactions, photoelectric effect is also one of them. So, today we discussed about the light and some of its effects. Thank you.
For more updates, do visit www.talentrix.co.in.